So I was asked to give an update on my, cold hardy citrus seedlings that I've been trialing out, and I've got quite a few. So just to save time, I'm just going to get right into it. I started them over the winter, late winter, early spring. I would advise starting them if you've got them in a fridge, just waiting until spring so you can have some warm climate to start them outside. You really don't gain anything starting them, midwinter, unless you have like a greenhouse. But I started them on a windowsill, so would recommend against that. So anyway, these I started, about a month ago. I've got no clue. They were trialed somewhere down in Savannah at a research station, and I found them and took one of the fruit home and tried it. It tasted kind of like a citronmello, but they weren't trifoliate, and they were grafted on Poncirus, so I've got no clue what these are. They might not even be hardy, but certainly a curiosity. Next on the list, I've got some I-Chang lemons that were started, as well as some Clementine times Thomasville and Clementine times trifoliate back cross to Clementine in here. These are all pretty slow, but they're doing okay. Let's see. These are Morton citrangus that I got from somewhere at like a school or somewhere like that. They were out, and I got these at the expo. So these are Mortons from the Southeastern Citrus Expo that I have started probably over winter, I think. They've done pretty good, and I've also got some Thomasville right here and here that have actually done very well. I think it's best to start Thomasvilles because they're not very, they don't have a lot of stored energy in the seeds. So it's best to start them in the summer and with, a little bit of fertilizer to help. But they've done pretty well in this little pot. So in this, I've got a bunch of different types of trifoliate hybrids. These are some 852s over here, Dunstan citromellas right here, and then some Swingles on this side. And they've done really well. I'm going to grow these out and give them to friends and whoever wants them, really. So, hopefully spread those around. And because these are pretty useful. I like the Swingle the best, but the Dunstans aren't bad. So, and 852s they're something. Not the best though. This is probably the most interesting little pot I've got. In here, I've got some different bitters, citranderins, and carpenter and fir. But I also have what I'm more interested in, which are the Clem times Tri times Clem, and you can really see that. I don't think I planted an I-Chang, but you can see that with this one, and you can certainly see it with these big leaves right here. So lots of weird off types in here, but I look forward to growing these out and probably uppotting them a little bit later. I was pretty conservative on how I potted these, putting them in a smaller thing so they wouldn't get root rot. I've got another thing of, what are these? These are yuzus, and they're yuzus. There's nothing really fascinating about them. I'll probably give these away to whoever might want them and trial them on their own roots. So got some yuzus. These are more of the C20 or C-citranderins in here. I've got some, I think a US 119 right there. And, but these are all growing pretty well, honestly. They're pretty hardy little seedlings. And I started them a few weeks ago, so they're growing decently fast. Let's see. So in here I have some Swingle seedlings that have started right around here, and yeah, I think so. These are all Swingles. The one off type right here that's interesting. We'll see how that grows in the future, but you can see the true types are growing a little bit quicker. I also have, and another off type right here, which is of interest. I also have I think this is a Thomasville as well, that I planted down in there, and it's doing really well. You can see it's almost trifoliate, but it's still kind of combined on that leaf, so pretty cool. And very vigorous one, so that's going to be a winner, I have a feeling. Let's see. So in here, I've got more C-citranderins. these are the bitters, the fir, and the carpenter centrandrons. I got these from Tough Citrus, and they have done really well. And I hopefully they're better than the 852 citrandrons. I also have some Thomasville scattered in here, I believe. There's like one right here, and they're doing pretty well. The Thomasvilles, obviously, I think they're the most palatable of the trifoliate hybrids, and some that I look forward to the most to see if there's any off types. But I'm pretty sure they're almost all true to type. What do I got in here? I've got another mixed bag. These are some of the Monticello, what do you call them? Monticello citramellos, as well as these right here are Monticello as well, that were started over the winter, and they've lignified a little bit and gotten harder. And they're doing really well. I've just got a bunch of citrus mite or spider mite on them, so I need to get that off. But I've got some leftover Monticellos and some kind of odds and ends. This one is supposed to be, I think, a Monticello or a Swingle. And, but, I've got some other types that I've kind of lost track of. But should have some interesting results out of here. I've also got some Thomasvilles as well. So here I've got a mother load of Thomasvilles planted. They were just started a week ago or 2 weeks ago, so they're growing pretty quick. And I put a ton of them in here because Thomasvilles, I feel, without much heat, they tend to have, they're more prone to root rot. So I keep them covered and I water them, once every 1 or 2 weeks. As of right now, when the summer comes off, to water them, multiple times a week. And finally, I've got, let's see. These are Sugar Bell kind of a Satsuma, kind of different. I don't know what they are to be exact, but these are Sugar Bells that I started from seed, just for kicks and giggles, and they actually have done pretty well. They seem to be pretty quick on their sprouting. In here, I've got some Clementine times Thomasvilles that are doing well, and I've also got over here some Clementine times Trifoliate, and then back crossed to Clementine. So that's the update of all these citrus seedlings. I've also got rooted cuttings of mulberries, pomegranates, and pawpaw seedlings as well. So I've got a lot going, got a lot of irons in the fire, and I need to get putting these in ground someday. But for now, they'll be in pots. Anyway, have a good Saturday.